Well, I thought I'd just make a quick video on this for the sake of consistency, although considering that there's another lunatic committing some sort of mass attack pretty much every day, it's starting to get a little bit tiring, if I'm being honest. This is Shamar Elkins. He was in the Louisiana National Guard. I think it was Louisiana National Guard for 7 years, 9 years, something like that. It doesn't really matter. He was arrested twice, and he clearly had mental health issues. One of the times he was arrested, it was for shooting at another car, where one of the bullets was found near a school. He called his stepfather and his mother on Easter Sunday and started talking about his mental health issues and things like that. And his stepfather told him to stand strong against the darkness or some crap like that. And he replied with, "Some people don't come back from their demons." It was very religious in a lot of ways, but don't really know that that did anything for him because he ended up shooting all of his children, 7 of them, and also their cousin, so 8 in total. He also shot his wife and his girlfriend, which I think they're both alive still, but they're in the ICU or something like that. So he made a lot of like weird social media posts. "Dear God, today I ask you to help me guard my mind and my emotions. When negativity arises, remind me to say it does not belong to me in the name of Jesus." A month prior, he wrote on social networks, presumably Facebook still, "Dads, if you could go back in time and have kids with a different woman but still have the same kids, would you do it?" Now, that sounds like engagement bait, except he does have a wife and a girlfriend, or maybe I should say did, since his victims were Jayla Elkins, 3 years old, Shayla Elkins, 5 years old, Kayla Pug, 6 years old, Layla Pug, 7 years old, Marcaden Pug, 10 years old, Sariah Snow, 11 years old. I shouldn't be making fun of their names considering they're children and they're dead now, but it's hard to understand how they're even supposed to be pronounced. And Kadarian Snow, 6 years old, and Braylon Snow, 5 years old. And then the two women were also shot, Shaniqua and Christina Snow. So the thing is, we already know that he had mental health issues, right? I mean, that's obvious. The guy's been arrested twice. One was for just intoxication, so I wouldn't say there's anything really to go off of there. But when he pulls out a gun and starts shooting at another car, like he was driving and he was shooting at another car. Allegedly, the other car pulled their gun first, but I don't know if there's proof of that. So we know that they're a bit deranged just from that. That's not a normal thing to do. But we also see that there's I mean, this isn't really proof of anything either, but apparently his mother gave him up over a decade ago to be raised by a family friend because she had him when she was a teenager and she was struggling with a crack cocaine addiction. I don't know, maybe if she had some coke in her veins before she gave birth or what. I don't really know the story there, but you'd have to think that, you know, having a crack addict for a mother who's willing to give you up to be raised by her friend, and then you're just raised by some woman. I don't know if it was when he was a baby or what. And that's got to have something to do with it, because like he knew what happened. Like he's reconnected with his mother since then, so it's not like he's completely clueless to all of this. And I guess stuff like that weighs down on you. I don't know. The guy obviously had mental health issues, like I said, but I do think a lot of this is just stress building up. Now, in this particular case, it's probably stress from having a wife, a girlfriend, and 7 children. Just a thought that maybe as a UPS worker, you probably shouldn't have 7 children and effectively 2 wives. Oh, right. Shaniqua was divorcing him as well, so there's more stress. But the bastard, he wasn't even planning on offing himself either. He went on a police chase afterwards, and he got caught breaking into a car, I believe, an attempted carjacking, and I guess that's more or less where he got caught. But like, we have to stop having this happen every single day. Like we knew that this was happening beforehand, right? The dude was clearly having some issues. His family, I mean, I wouldn't say the little kids knew it or anything, but his 2 different girlfriends knew it. His wife and girlfriend, his family, his mother and his stepfather, whatever, they knew it. They were telling him. There was people on social media, or he's posts on social media. Those people, they must have seen it. Someone must have seen it. I mean, he was shooting at another car while he was driving around beforehand. Not immediately beforehand, but there were signs, right? There were signs, and no one did anything because everyone is just, I guess, afraid to do anything now. I mean, even if the guy's arrested, he's just let out. You just shoot another car a few times and you're let out. That's fine. We can't keep giving people a get out of jail free card. We can't keep ignoring all the things around us because you're scared to interfere. Well, you can't do anything because then maybe you'll get arrested for a hate crime or something. And then on top of that, it's in Mexico, I think, but the Pyramid of the Moon, I'm pretty sure that's in Mexico. Some lunatic decides to start shooting people from atop a temple used for human sacrifices back in the day. Now, I know that this isn't in America, but I'm sure this is just another thing that could have been stopped, right? Like, I mean, this person, I mean, first of all, the shooting was on top of a temple used for human sacrifices, so, you know, you can assume that they're deranged right then and there, but then in the end, they aced themselves, right? Like, this is normally what happens in these scenarios. Someone decides to make everyone else's life worse than theirs, right? They do all these horrible things, and then they take their own. And that's what happened in this case. So you don't normally get to this point in your life without any symptoms bleeding out into society, but people turn a blind eye to it for one reason or another. I mean, they say things on social media all the time, and I mean, you just go to Reddit and loads of people go to Reddit, go to Blue Sky, go to X even. Just there's lots of people who are outright accusing people of crimes, which is a crime in and of itself, if it's unfounded, if it's not true. There's people threatening to commit violence upon people all the time, people doxing people all the time, stalking them all the time, like attacking their jobs, like contacting their place of employment and making accusations against them that will get them fired because they don't care. As long as there's an accusation, that's all they care about, and they'll fire them just for that. It happens all the time. We are in a very mentally unwell digital space, but there's plenty of proof that people are going down this rabbit hole, and there's nothing really done about it. Reports just end up getting the person's account banned, and then they make a new one, and that helps nobody really, especially them, or I guess especially their victims, which they will inevitably have. My dad actually grew up in Shreveport, so I mean, I've never been there, so I'm not going to say this is like hard hitting for me or anything, but it is a bit like crazy. I mean, you just go crazy. Just go crazy and shoot your wife and your girlfriend and your 7 children and for some reason the cousin, and then not even yourself, not even the decency to shoot yourself afterwards. I don't know. Maybe it's better off to stay alive so he can actually be punished with an infinite stay at a prison where they get free food and a warm bed. Yeah, that sounds fair. I thought I'd tack this on to the end of this because, well, I just wanted to say that it's not always men who are crazy. I mean, there's plenty of crazy men out there, but they're not quite as dramatic as women when they do something. Like, I don't think guns are very dramatic. Women, they have a bit of flair about them. So I can't really show this because they are, they call them Instagram and TikTok stars. So they're prostitutes, and pretty much every picture of them probably taken since they were 18 years old has been an SFW. So I can't really show anything because they don't wear clothing even in public. But these two, Gabriella Carrington and Claudia Zrkska, no idea how to pronounce that, they got in a fight, and Gabrielle got mad and madder, and they got in their car and they mowed Zrkska down. She's aka Claudia Glam. They mowed her down, hitting two other people in the process, and then they allegedly backed their car over the woman. So that's a special kind of crazy, really. Like, I mean, that's okay. It's not as bad as the other two on a technical level, but like because the thing is, they're just mad that the other one's prettier and has more followers. Like, that's so sad. But yeah, I just thought I'd tack that on because it's it's just, everyone's got their own thing, and I think people need to look out for the signs, and social media posts and stuff as well. I know it's harder to tell with these women who take off their clothes for attention and money, because that in and of itself is a massive red flag, but so many women do it that there's like no way that you can really know. But it's a weird state that we're in right now. I mean, women running each other over with cars because the other one has more Instagram followers than they do. People on top of temples committing mass shootings to the blood god Gobble Blue Blue Blue. And then people just having complete mental breakdowns and thinking that demons are attacking them. And so they go and murk their entire very large family. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to cross my fingers that there's no mass shooting or stabbing or anything like that tomorrow, and I don't have to make another one of these, because they do get a bit tiring. Like, there's only so many times you can say, can we just put the crazy people behind bars before, it feels like there's no point even saying it, really. It's kind of like why I haven't really, like, let up on Reddit. It's just I've been a little bit pickier about it, because so much of what I say about Reddit, like, you could just copy and paste it to like, every single Reddit thread, because they're all basically, it's the same problem over and over again, and it never fixes. But, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please do the YouTube things.